Hello everyone, welcome back to VR Run-Throughs. My name is Remington and this is being filmed on the XRcast Studio at the Penn State Behrend campus. And today we're going to be checking out a program called Versailles VR. The palace is yours. That's all one name. And we're going to be looking at it on the Oculus Quest 2, but it is Steam native, so we're using AirLink to connect them. And let's just hop right in. So I've kind of walked through the program a little bit already just to see. And it starts you off with a menu at the very beginning. You just select the language that you want to use and then you click go. And there is a tutorial which is fairly useful, but if not, you can skip right through that. There's a button just to skip through it. She talks about the palace and what it is and its history. It's pretty brief. But then you are placed here. And there is music that plays through, but I have that turned off for the time being. And so let's look around. Now you could sit and enjoy this experience, but I found it easier to stand and kind of feel like you're standing in the palace. So let's walk. And to walk through the palace, you use the trigger on the controller and just click. Just walk around. And then whenever you come to something that has one of, let's scoot up here. When you find something that has one of these little magnifying glass, that means you can look further into it. So if I trigger and look at it, oop, there it is. Where's it go? Okay, there we go. Cool. Now it brings up the painting in a much, much bigger view and a lot more detail. And it gives you a little bit about it on the left-hand controller. And now actually, while we're on it, you can zoom in using the joystick on the right controller. You can zoom in, and let's see how close we can get. We can get there. And then you can zoom back out by going down on the joystick. And you can just look at the paintings, and there are some statues as well that you can look at. So to get out of this view, you're done looking at the painting, all you do is look into the gray, point into the gray, and click. And we're out. Okay, now we're back in the palace. Now, I don't know my way around the palace, and that's okay, but if you don't want to walk, there is an option here on the left-hand controller of a mini-map. And then you can look through the palace this way and pick the room that you want to go to, if you know what you're looking for. And so I want to go here. So now I'm here. Okay, and I want to look at this painting. Easy. And there's a lot more here than what you can read. So to look more at it, you just use the left joysticks and scroll down, and you can continue to read all of it. Zoom in. But now let's check out one of the statues, one of the physical objects. See if we can find one of those in here. There's one. Okay, so this stand, or that stand, let's go with this one. And it says what it is, okay, nice. Okay, now with the 3D objects, it gives you the same thing as the painting, but now I wanna get this closer because I can't do too much with this. So to do that, you just grab the trigger and you can move it down. So now I can move it up and down so I can look at the top of it. But then I kind of want to see what's on the side, so instead of zoom, well, you can zoom in, but you can also turn to the left and right and spin it and see all the detail. There is nothing on the back, but that's okay. Why would they pull it away from the wall to look at it? And you can just see all the fine details up close. Very cool. Now I'm done looking at this, like before, click into the gray, and there we are. Now there is a menu button. I believe it's the, let me see here, it's the X button on the left controller. You click that and you can turn on audio guides. I won't do that, but when you walk into a room, the narrator will tell you a little bit about each room. And it's useful if you're interested in that. And there is nighttime mode, which, I mean, it's a cool way. I don't know if it's useful per se, but you can walk through and see all the fireplaces. It's a lot more It's a lot prettier, I guess. So it's like, let's look at this one now. Cool. Move it down, spin it around, read about it, and there you go. And we can do that for every room in the palace. If there's something specific you want to look for, you can certainly find it. These statues are pretty cool to look at, especially when you can move them around and see their scale. Very nice. Who is this? Claudius. Interesting. And just continually looking around, finding new places, listening. It's like it feels like you're on a tour guide, but you don't have to follow with the group. You can go off and look wherever you want to look. Obviously, if it won't let you go in there, it'll give you a red line. That means you can't. But if it's white, you're good to go. Nothing there. And that's about it. Fairly simple. Oh, sorry about that. So this is Versailles VR. The palace is yours. And if you want to integrate this into your classes and have students come through and do a free walkthrough of the Palace of Versailles, it's very simple that way. And thanks for tuning in.